Hey there, it is November 13th. It is the Scorpio new moon day of a full total solar eclipse in Australia. Energies are deep today. Yeah, I've been in an interesting kind of internal reflective state, I guess you could call it. I'm a little bit tired. This happens. But that is not my point. I'm trying to make is that I'm still in New York City. I'm wearing black in honor. You know, when in New York, do as the New Yorkers do. And what I would like to offer on this video today is one of my own poems. Last week I shared with you a passage from Savitri, the epic mantric book by Sri Aurobindo. And this week I would like to share a poem that I wrote in response to that book that's been so influential to me. And I sort of wrote it in the style of how he might write. So I'm going to offer that right now, and I hope that you enjoy. The ridicule of the assaulting days pressed upon her chest like so many needless weights. Hour upon waking hour of forfeit thought, inept circumstance, useless toil, bore down upon her, while the being within her, the great knowing, watched patiently the timid and the unfulfilled days, awaiting the moment that she would hear, she would breathe, she would know once more the wild luminescent fire of her soul. Her soul, color, all illumined and shining, calling out across the peaks and the valleys of all times. A soul triumphant unto its own cause, perfectly alone and utterly fixed to a higher destiny, a destiny unforgotten by the illustrious pages of the eternal mind. Her heart spoke out from under riddle and rubble that were born of misdeed and of spite, and gave way to so many flowing rivers of timeless beauty. There where her work was unsullied and laid out like some ancient map, crystalline gateways of her vast and innumerable expanses laid bare, naked, clear for her to travel and to know. From the perilous turning of the hours, across treacherous and barren territories, her soul would traverse. She would walk over time's grinding ceaseless wheels, through the machinery of the marching armies of forced mechanism and fear, across the very shadow of death itself, to know what it is the mortal day bows to and is bound to call ignorance by its true name, that she may dash its foibles upon the rocks once and for all, and know freedom's road, and show freedom's road to the soul's greatest heights. And know freedom's road, and show freedom's road to the soul's greatest heights. A lofty thought beget an even mightier deed, a deed far beyond the rationale's mind. From these pages her lion-breasted soul would emerge, resplendent and naked in all its untempered glory. She knew no bounds, and sang the songs of love from across her heavenly horizons. The water dance and the pearlescent hymn she sung, a sweet balm for the torpid turn of the world. Could it be she was awake and alive to the deeper rhythms and fortitudes of the undying spirit's aim? In his voice she found her own and could no longer lay in hiding, for the earth shook beneath her feet, and the sun flared its daily heated warning that the tides are rising and the animals are dying, billions of souls preparing their departure as the soul of the world loses its grip, and all things brittle and bent take its place. Tarry no more did she in the trite and the unjust, no more her ways undefined, just as the caterpillar knows its way by some wind-struck miracle through space and time, out from inside a wholly wrapped cocoon into flight of wings to sky, so too her soul, destined for greater heights. Ambivalence and memory of some incomplete past. Here today, the only song she could possibly rehearse for the witnessing stage of eternity was her very own lullaby. Clear bird of the luminous winds, wrapped in careful spell composed of ocean, sea, and sky, the mystic and the titanic wonder of the soul of all worlds, released in the lull of her voice, put to rest in the folds of her arms, made realize in the perfect reading of these pages, born of stars and heaven sighs. From where she came and to where she has always been, these plumed and medallion fortresses in her heart, her home, her compass, and her destiny at once. This song, a song born for the world to sing itself into beginning. This song, the song for the soul to know itself once more. That's that.